Good morning students and welcome back to your science lecture. Today also we will see class 7 science chapter number 6, that is physical and chemical change. Yes. So in this chapter up to this we have learned about various types of physical and chemical changes through the various experiments. Yes. We have performed here various types of experiments and through that we could understand what happened during the physical change and what happened during the chemical change. So we learned here through the physical change what happened, that substance which undergoes a physical change again it can regain its original state, means the original substance we can regain from the physical change, means it is totally reversible process, no any permanent change happen there. But apart from this, chemical change is different. In chemical change or chemical reaction, new substance, one or more than one new substances form, and these new substances when we can say this is new substance. If the properties of that substance get changed, then we can say it is new substance. So that in chemical change, new substances form there, so that their properties get changed. The properties of the original substance get changed during the chemical changes, during the chemical reaction. Again, it is a permanent change. As a new substance form, it can regain its original state, original form or original quality, so that we can say it is a permanent change. And due to this permanent change, we can get new substance only. Yes. So, it is also irreversible process. It also irreversible process. What is mean by irreversible? Means the substance is not able to gain its original position, original state, original quality. Whatever internal properties are of that substance, it get totally changed, so that the chemical change is irreversible process. So these are the properties of chemical reaction, that is one or more new substances formed in the chemical change. We have seen in through the various examples. Here, coal is formed during the burning of wood. Yes, after burning of wood, chemical processes happen here. So we got three products. Yes, one is coal. Yes, another is carbon dioxide release while it was burning, and water vapor and heat energy also created there. Heat energy also created. Means the product may be in the form of heat energy, in the form of gas, in the form of solid or liquid substance. Any form it can be have. So that in this chemical change we saw coal is formed. Again, what happened? Carbon dioxide is formed and we got heat energy. And as well, somehow water vapors are also formed there. So, this is a chemical change and we get one or more than one new substances during this process. Yes, again the properties get changed. Now that wood had different properties, but now coal is having different properties. Means totally the properties of that wood get changed in the form of coal. Means permanent change happen here. Permanent change happen here. Yes. And again the process is irreversible process. How? Can we change that coal into form of wood? Can we change this? No. We can't change coal into form of wood. We can't make coal again. We can't make wood from that coal again. So that we can say it is a irreversible process. We will see another example also. We have seen our last topic, burning of candle. Yes. So, this burning of candle is physical as well chemical change. It is a physical as well chemical change. We have seen that. Here, wax is melting. Wax is melting. That melting of wax is physical change because we can reuse that wax which is melting. But what is happening here? In this chemical change, carbon dioxide is releasing here. So this carbon dioxide is a product. It is a new substance formed here. Again we are getting heat energy. Light also we are getting. That is also product through the chemical change. Yes, light, heat, water vapors and many things may be there. Here we are getting carbon dioxide, light energy, again heat energy also. Yes, so these are the new substances formed here. That's why it is a chemical change. Yes. Again, many examples we can see here. One very good example, common example in our life that I will give you. See here. Now, this is, I am having milk. Yes, milk. It is a liquid in form. Yes, and it is having different property than the curd. Yes. So from this milk, by the chemical change, chemical reaction, we can form curd. We know very well that. And this milk is having different property, different taste also, different nature also. Internal nature is also different. So it is a milk. Yes. And now when we will make curd from that milk. So now chemical changes happen here in the form of curd. Yes, chemical changes happen when we make curd from that milk, and here in that curd all the properties of that milk is changed. All the properties of that milk is changed here. Milk is having different taste and that curd is having sour taste. We know that milk is not having sour taste, but that curd is having sour taste. Again, the property of that curd is acidic. Yes, lactic acid is having this curd. So all that property get changed during this chemical process of forming curd from the milk. So we got the new substance. Is it good? Yes, very good. Because of only chemical reaction, we get new recipes, new things, and another things also we get, another substances also we get through the chemical change. So that chemical change is very important in our life. Many times gases also form. Here vinegar I have taken. So that this is a bottle. See that this is a bottle of vinegar. So I have taken some vinegar in this container, and now I will react it with baking soda. This is a baking soda, white powder. It is a baking soda. Now I will add this baking soda inside the vinegar. This is a vinegar. Yes, see. And I will add baking soda inside the vinegar. What will happen? See here. Some bubbles are forming. Some bubbles are forming here. Now after some time it will full of bubbles. So which bubbles are that? These are the bubbles of carbon dioxide. The new substance is formed here. Yes, new substance is formed during this reaction. While the chemical reaction happening, vinegar with baking soda. If I have reacted here, so carbon dioxide gas is formed. So product may be in gaseous form, that also. So these are some of chemical reactions that we have seen here. Again, in this topic, in this lecture, one very important chemical reaction we are going to learn. That is very interesting also. And which is that? That is rusting of iron. Rusting of iron, it is also one of the chemical reaction. Yes, we know that when iron substance left in the atmosphere, so that when it is left in atmosphere, what happen? It come in contact with oxygen and moisture of the atmosphere. We know that in atmosphere there is a presence of moisture. In humid atmosphere there is more humidity, that's why more moisture is present. In such a type of atmosphere nowadays it is humidity, that's why in atmosphere moisture is more in quantity. But normally also somehow moisture is present in the atmosphere. So that due to contact of this moisture, means water vapors, these are present in atmosphere, water vapors present in atmosphere always in the form of moisture. So this come in contact with the iron substances, and oxygen also come in contact with iron substances, and the chemical reaction happen with the iron surface. And what happened? Like that rusting is formed. See here that iron vessel is get rusted here. Yes, it is get rusted, and due to this rusting it get corroded also. That surface is now, it is not a smooth surface. It is not a smooth surface. Now that surface is get corroded due to rusting of the iron. So that rusting of iron is very harmful, and it causes very much, a lot of financial loss everywhere we can see. Yes, we can see everywhere a lot of financial loss happen due to rusting of irons, because the iron get corroded due to rusting. And what is that rusting? That rusting is nothing but the oxidation of iron. And here the iron oxide is formed. Iron oxide is formed. I will show another example. See that. All that, yes, that wires of iron get rusted, and due to that it get converted into brown color. So this brown layer which is formed on the surface of that iron substance, it is nothing but the iron oxide. It is nothing but the iron oxide, and it is a permanent change, as it is a chemical reaction with oxygen and moisture, oxygen and water vapor. It is a permanent change. Yes. So due to this permanent change, that substance get corroded, means it is removable. If I will remove that rust of that iron, what will happen? The surface will get minimized, and that's why that happened. That surface get corroded here due to rusting of iron. Yes, are you seeing that? It is not a smooth surface now, and because of that, slowly the surface get minimized. And after some year we can see it is a very thin sheet. It will a very thin sheet of the iron, because it get corroded. Yes, and it get minimized, and slowly the surface get vanished due to rusting of iron. So that this process is very important to study, and it is nothing but the iron oxide. It is nothing but the iron oxide. See here that brown spots are, we can see, these are nothing but iron oxide. On the nail, on various type of tools also we can see. Here on that nail also rusting of iron, rust is formed here. What is that rust? This is iron oxide. It is formed on the surface of that iron nail. Yes, I can show. See that. It is a white colored paper, totally white now. And if I will rub that iron nail, see what will happen here. So this paper will get turned into brown color. So this paper now turn into brown color here. I can see, I don't know you are able to see or not, but it get turned into brown color. And what is that brown color? It is nothing but a rust of iron, means iron oxide, Fe2O3. Keep in mind. So due to this removal of rust from the surface, now the surface is minimized. Yes, if anything is removed from the original surface, the surface get minimized somehow. Little bit it is minimized, but slowly it will get vanish. It will get vanished. So that we have to study about that rusting of iron, because we have to prevent that rusting, because we have to save our iron materials. That's why we have to study on that rusting of iron. So many discovery happen, and many things applied for prevention of this rusting of iron. Yes, we will discuss here what we can do for the prevention of rusting of iron. So at first we will see what reaction will happen during the rusting of iron. So here iron means from now I will use symbols of the element, symbols of the element. Yes, you also learn that I will give list of that symbols and with their valency. So you don't know now what is mean by valency, but later on you will learn what is mean by valency. You just now learn it, do it by heart. Yes, because it is very important. Without that symbols and without that valencies, you will not able to learn chemistry. You will not able to learn chemistry. Yes, so that it is very important to learn all that symbols of the element. You know that in mathematics, if I will write here 7 plus 2 equal to 7 plus 2 9 equal to 9. How much big is that sentence? How can you express that sentence in symbolic form? Can you tell me? 7, we are considered symbol 7 as like that, plus like that, 2 like that, and equal to like that, and 9 also like that. So for each mathematical word we considered one symbol. Yes, our scientists have derived that symbols. Yes, mathematician has derived that symbols because it is inconvenient to express the calculation in the form of this sentence. It will be very big also and complicated also. So that we usually we use the symbols for all that particular mathematical word. Here 7 for that 7 plus 2 like that. So that how can I write that sentence? 7 plus 2 equal to 9. Just I will write like that. Yes? Is it correct? Right? So it will be very easy to express that word in the form of symbol. Yes? Are you getting? Similarly, in chemistry also there are various type of reaction, very big reaction. So can we express that reaction in the form of words? In the form of words, is it possible? No. It will be very inconvenient if we will express the chemical reactions in the form of words. So that we have to use symbols like the mathematical expression. We have to write down the reaction in the form of symbol. So you should learn that chemical symbols or valencies as well to express the chemical reaction. So each and every elements, near about 115 elements are discovered up to now, 115, 116, whatever. So for that all elements there is a symbol. Carbon C, for oxygen O, yes, for hydrogen H. So for all metals, non-metals, metallites, and for all elements there is a particular symbol. Scientist has derived that symbols, so that we should learn all that symbols for our study or for our convenience. It is very much important for us. So that for iron, what is the symbol? Ferrous, from the Latin name of iron. The Latin name of iron is ferrous. That's why symbol is Fe. Iron plus oxygen. Iron plus oxygen. Yes, this is the reaction of iron with oxygen. But again one condition is there. Not only oxygen will work. Moisture must be there. So that atmospheric moisture there must be present. So that moisture I will express in the form of water. So water vapors are present in the atmosphere that react with the iron substances. So H2O is the water that you have to learn. H2O means water, vapor. Water, that is oxygen, that is iron or ferrous. So iron plus oxygen in the presence of moisture or water vapors or water, what will happen? It will get converted into iron oxide. The reaction will happen during these things, during these compounds, during these substances, and we will get a new substance which is formed here, that is iron oxide or ferrous oxide. It is formula of ferrous oxide or iron oxide. And that rust, what we have seen here, that rust, it is nothing but that iron oxide. Yes. So this is the chemical equation. What happened? What reaction happened? Here iron plus oxygen plus water means moisture, and in this chemical reaction iron oxide is formed. So here valencies are used. What is the use of valency? We can that valencies are used here during the formation of compound, during the formation of molecules. This is a molecule. Yes, molecule means combination of two or more than two atoms. Here two types of atoms are combined. One is iron, another is oxygen. And when one or more atoms combine together, what happens? What happens here? Here, through this combination, molecule is formed, and this molecule is having this compound. Also, compound can we say for that compound is having different properties than that reactant. These are called reactant, which are at left side, these are called reactant, and which are at right side, these are called product. These are reactant, these are reacting, and product, what we get as a result, these are called as a product. So the properties of product is different than the properties of reactant, what we are used here. Yes. So in this reaction, again one very important thing we have to follow. According to law of chemical combination, you will learn in your 9th standard, but still I will introduce you about that law. According to law of chemical combination, the number of atoms of reactant should be equal to number of atoms at the product side. Yes, number of atoms at left hand side must be equal to number of atoms at the right side. Means number of atoms at the reactant side must be equal here. Means here we have to balance that reaction. How? Here iron is having 2 atoms. Yes. So we have to give here 2, because here also we need 2 atoms, because it should be balanced. Number of atoms should be same at both sides. Means both sides the equation should be balanced. Here oxygen 2. Yes. And here 3. So what can we do here? If I will multiply commonly by 2, what will happen here? 3 2s are 6. 6 oxygen will form. Yes. So here now iron atoms also changed. Iron atom also changed. So how can we balance that reaction? Here we have to balance oxygen. So for the balancing of oxygen, we have to write here 2, and that 2 is multiplied to the whole compound. Yes. Means that 2 will be multiplied to that 2 also, and 2 is multiplied to that 3 also. Means total 6 oxygen will be there, 3 2s are, and for iron total 4 atoms are here now, 2 2s are 4. So that instead of 2 I will write down here 4, because now we are having 4 atoms of iron here and 4 atoms of iron here also. 2s are 4 and here also 4. Now oxygen is remaining. Here 3 2s are 6 oxygen, and here I will write now 3. Now here 3 2s are 6. So everything is balanced in this chemical reaction, so that it is a complete and perfect chemical reaction of iron plus oxygen in presence of moisture. We get iron oxide. and that is the reaction of rusting of iron. This thing happened during the rusting of iron. So you have to note down this reaction in your notebook and learn it very well, all that symbols. Yes, iron, oxygen, and that iron oxide, this compound also you have to learn, Fe2O3. Yes, so note down this all. Yes, then one very important thing we have to discuss here. So if this rusting of iron is harmful to us, the iron substances get corroded. We can see the tin shades of iron. At many places we can see that also get corroded. Yes, after many years they are minimized and their surfaces get damaged. That's why, what is meant by corrosion? The surface area when get damaged, the process is called corrosion. We have seen in the last chapter also, acid, due to acid, the surface get corroded, means the surface get damaged. Surface of the substance get damaged when the surface will come in contact with acid, right? Similarly, due to this rusting also, the surface get damaged. So that we have to prevent that rusting. We can prevent? Yes, definitely. And in our India, from ancient age, the people of our country know how we can prevent that rusting, how we can prevent the iron from rusting. Yes, they know very well. कैसे rusting से बचाना है iron को और substance metals को, वो उनको अच्छे से पता था. A very good example is there. I will give you that. See here, in our textbook, are you seeing that? Iron pillar. Yes, iron pillar. It is present in Agra near the Qutub Minar. Yes, 16 years ago it is established in Agra. Yes, now also it is present and it is not rusted. Though it is made up of iron, but it is not get rust. Yes, why? It not get rust. How? Because it is not made up of pure iron. ये pure iron से नहीं बना है. It is made up of alloy of iron. Alloy of iron. And what is mean by alloy? Alloy is a mixture of iron and with another metal also. That is chromium and zinc, carbon. That can also be mixed in the iron, and then this type of alloy can be formed. So we know very well, stainless steel you have seen, like that stainless steel, the original material is iron, but it is not of pure iron. In that iron here, chromium or zinc metal with carbon is get mixed. Yes, mixed here, and chemical reaction happened and we got a new substance, this stainless steel. And this stainless steel not get rust. Yes, it is not get rust. So that in this manner we can prevent iron from the rusting. Yes, it is very important. So how we can prevent? So first of all we can paint that iron thing by oil paint. Yes. Second thing, we can galvanize. We can galvanize that things. Yes. Due to galvanization means due to having coating. We have to give coating of zinc or chromium metal on the surface of iron, and due to that coating or layer of that zinc or chromium, that process is called galvanization. We will see later also in the separate topic. Due to this galvanization, the iron get protected from the rusting. And again, one very important thing, we can make alloy, means mixture of that metal with another metal or with the carbon. So if we will mix that iron with carbon or with chromium or zinc metal, yes, so we will get the alloy of that iron, and that alloy is having different property because it is formed through the chemical change. That's why it will have different property, so that it will not get rust. Yes, it is very important thing. And keeping your mind what is meant by alloy. It is a mixture of two metals or non-metal also. We can mix and chemical reaction happen and one new type of substance we get, new type of metallic substance we get, and that is called alloy. It is having different property. Okay. So this was the very important chemical reaction, that is rusting of iron, that we have discussed here. Again, one thing I have asked in my last lecture, I have asked one question. So lemonade I made here in my last lecture. So that lemonade was having physical change or chemical change. What happened? While I was making lemonade, the lemonade is prepared at the end, and very tasty lemonade, you know that very well. So this lemonade is having chemical change or physical change. What is your answer? What is your answer? Yes? So in water, so while I made that lemonade, yes, I have taken water initially, drinking water I have taken here. Then I added sugar, then little bit salt I have added, yes, and then I squeeze lemon, yes. So by adding sugar, salt and lemon in water, what happened? Lemonade is formed, yes. And what is the nature of that lemonade? Is it physical or chemical change? So answer is, it is a physical change. It is not a chemical change. Why? You will tell it is having different taste than the water. But individually we can identify the taste of sugar. Yes, we can identify taste of sugar in that lemonade. Yes or no? Yes. We can feel the sweet taste. Again, salty taste also we can feel separately in that lemonade. Yes. Again, sour taste of lemon also we can feel while we are testing that lemonade. Yes. All that three tests we get separately, means the property of that substance, taste of that substance, internal property of that substance not get changed here when the lemonade is formed. So that it is a physical change, it is not a chemical change. Okay, are you clear that? Separately we can get taste and separately we can get the properties of that sugar, salt and lemon. These are as it is after formation of lemonade, so that it is a physical change. That is very important. So are you getting that answer? Yes, have you understood that? So it is very important also, because it is somehow confusing question. That's why note down all that things. Whatever I have told you, the new things, that also you have to note down. You have to take out running notes. Yes, while the lecture is going on, you can pause video and you can note down all that notes. And again, very important thing, you should read all that topics, all that portion from your NCERT textbook. It is very much important for your understanding. No way other than that. You must read that lesson from your NCERT textbook. Then you will understand better. Okay. So I hope you understood that topic. Okay.